Hey everyone, welcome back to my third video in the series on retiring in Mexico City. Today we're diving into the neighborhood of Polanco. This one is known for a very upscale lifestyle. This area is nestled in the heart of Mexico City. Polanco happens to be just west of the historic city center, and it is bordered by Chapultepec Park to the south, which just happens to be one of the largest city parks in the world. Not the largest in Mexico City, one of the largest in the world. To the north, it meets the residential and commercial areas of Lomas de I have such a hard time with this one, Chapultepec, while to the east, it neighbors the business district of Nuevo Polanco. Polanco is renowned for its high-end shopping, world-class dining, and cultural richness. I will say it is not my top pick for neighborhoods, but it's a good one. You can imagine starting your day with a leisure stroll through the Parque Lincoln, and you can enjoy the serene environment and beautiful sculptures. If you're seeking a destination that offers a taste of luxury while being immersed in the dynamic life of Mexico City, Polanco could be the perfect fit for you. Now, don't forget to check out my previous videos for an overview of Mexico City. That one's got all of the weather, geography, visa requirements. It was just a little too long to try to go in depth in the neighborhoods. And that's really what I want to do with these shorter videos, is really give you a deep dive and give you a sense of what these neighborhoods are like. So let's dive into what makes Polanco unique, starting with its sophisticated atmosphere and international charm. Like I said, Polanco offers a unique blend of upscale living and international flair. It stands out from the other neighborhoods in Mexico City because it does have a very sophisticated atmosphere. Let's start with the green spaces. Just like Condesa, there are some beautiful green spaces within this neighborhood. Parque Lincoln is in the heart of Polanco. This park is a beautiful oasis with sculptures, playgrounds, water features, plenty of space to relax. It's perfect for a morning walk, a jog. You'll see lots of dogs, or you can just sit and enjoy the greenery. You'll often find the locals and the expats alike taking advantage of this space, possibly enjoying a Krispy Kreme donut because it is right on the corner. Parque America is another green gem in Polanco. This offers much more kind of quieter, more residential feel. Polanco is also a shopping haven. Avenida Presidente Masaryk is the main shopping street, lined with luxury boutiques, designer stores. Think Fifth Avenue or Rodeo Drive. But it still has a distinct Mexican flair. Now, Antara Fashion Hall, this could have been plopped down from any major US city. This offers a very modern shopping experience with all the high-end brands you'd expect. This neighborhood really delivers if you're looking for that sense of familiarity and luxury. Dining in Polanco is also a highlight. You will find world-renowned restaurants like Pujol. They blend the Mexican flavors with contemporary culinary techniques. These dining spots are consistently ranked among the best in the world. But Polanco isn't just about the fancy restaurants. It does have a wide range of casual eateries and cafes. Whether you're grabbing a coffee at Starbucks or enjoying a meal at a local Mexican restaurant, the food scene here is diverse and very high quality. You can also find great street food just right along Oscar Wilde Avenue, adding to the culinary variety. And while I'm saying that, I love that these streets are Oscar Wilde, Edgar Allan Poe. All right. Culturally, Polanco is rich with museums. Museo Soumaya has stunning architecture and an extensive art collection. It is a must visit. And then right next door is Museo Jumex, and this showcases contemporary art. These cultural spots add to the neighborhood's sophisticated feel and offer plenty of activities for art lovers. I think what really truly sets Polanco apart, and I've been working on trying to really grab that essence, is it has a very cosmopolitan vibe. While other neighborhoods like Condesa, Roma Norte, Coyoacan have their unique charms, and I'm calling Condesa bohemian. I'm going to call Roma Norte hipster, and I'm going to call Coyoacan historical. Polanco feels much more international. It's a place where you can enjoy the comforts of home with the familiar brands and services while still being in the heart of Mexico City. Living in Polanco is going to mean you have access to all of the amenities, the parks, the shopping, dining, cultural experiences. It all is going to contribute to a very high quality lifestyle. It's a neighborhood where you can feel at home no matter where you're from. And I will say it is also known for its safety and security. This makes it a very attractive choice for retirees. This area is very well patrolled and has a strong sense of community, which will help you feel safe and secure, which is always important. And for healthcare, which is another important one when we're considering retiring in a place, Polanco boasts some of the best medical facilities in Mexico City, including the renowned Hospital Español and the nearby ABC Medical Center, providing top-notch medical care and services. I will say, you'll hear about it in the cons, and I'll say it now. Transportation, it is easy to get around, but I felt like the subway stops were kind of more on the outskirts and not right next to things. But anyways, I will say overall, transportation is convenient. Polanco isn't necessarily as walkable as maybe like a Condesa or some of the other neighborhoods. So please go watch those videos. And while I'm at it, I'll just do a plug. Can you please subscribe? I almost have 100 people that have subscribed. Okay, I might have to cut that. Anyways, it's not as walkable because there's just a lot of business areas. And so, anyways, but you can use Uber, very affordable here, and they do have the metro. So you're still connected and can get to all the other parts of Mexico City. I will say architecturally, Polanco does stand out because it has that mix of modern high-rise buildings and the elegant older buildings. So it gives it a very unique skyline. This blend of old and new also adds to the neighborhood's charm and appeal. There are plenty of community events and cultural festivals right here in Polanco, so it's going to add to that sense of community. From art shows and food festivals, there's always something happening. So you have a wide variety of opportunities to engage and connect. All right, the important stuff. Let's talk about housing. There is a lot. Mainly, if you're looking for a high-end living, Polanco has plenty to offer. The modern buildings feature sleek designs with lots of glass, steel, and offering a very contemporary and sophisticated living experience. Many of the buildings have stunning views, especially the ones looking over the park. Despite its upscale nature, Polanco, like I said earlier, is not my top choice for retirement in Mexico, but it does have a lot going for it. If you value that luxury and convenience and a bit of familiarity, Polanco could be a great fit. It offers that unique blend of Mexican culture and international appeal, making it a standout for expats and retirees. However, it is important to note that living in Polanco comes at a price. Housing costs here are some of the highest in all of Mexico City. On average, you can expect to pay between $1,500 to about $3,000 US per month for a one-bedroom apartment. And it's going to depend on the building amenities, location, do you have a park view? Larger apartments and houses can even go well beyond that, especially in those most desirable areas. Now, these prices are high comparatively, but it is still relatively affordable compared to similar neighborhoods in major US cities. So, and a luxury apartment in Polanco is going to be a fraction of the cost of one in New York. Well, I don't think you could get anything in New York or LA for that matter for $3,000. But beyond the rent, I think the other living expenses, routine medical procedures, groceries, dining out, does seem slightly higher than the other neighborhoods, although you could go into the other neighborhoods to do your shopping. But it is very convenient, high quality, so it is worth considering. All right, I've shared some of my opinions, but let's get a little bit more into the pros and cons of living in Polanco. So at the top of the list, this is a very luxurious and convenient location. High-end shops, world-class dining, top-notch amenities. It's going to make your life a very comfortable and convenient lifestyle. The green spaces, I know other neighborhoods have them, but there is something about Parque Lincoln, I think maybe it's where it's located, but it just provides for a very beautiful experience. It's kind of like if you were living in New York and you were on the west or east side, you know, overlooking Central Park or something. There's a very cultural richness here with the proximity to the museums and other cultural venues. So that's going to enrich the living experience. And also it has an international appeal. So it is kind of nice to go, I just want to go eat dinner at Chili's or I want to go shop at Lululemon. So it's going to offer a very seamless transition for expats and people potentially retiring to a different country. All right, potential cons. What works for me may not work for you, but here they go. The top one's going to be the cost. It is very expensive comparatively. Remember, I'm just focusing on Mexico City. So high housing and living expenses can be a drawback. It feels a little crowded. I think, again, because the buildings are taller, there's much more business areas. It's not maybe as walkable. So some of those areas just feel more crowded. I mean, Mexico City is crowded and loud. I mean, it's the vibe everywhere, but there's something different in Polanco than some of the other neighborhoods. It just doesn't feel as homey, maybe. All right, and then the transportation. Like I mentioned earlier, the metro stops just don't seem as conveniently located, you know, getting to those parks and museums. It's probably not something, if that's your neighborhood, to really worry about, especially with Uber still being so affordable here. But it's something to consider. So if luxury, convenience, a touch of home are what you seek, Polanco might be the best place for you to consider. And what do you think? With its luxury apartments and world-class dining, the high-end shopping, is Polanco sounding like the neighborhood for you? You have to let me know in the comments. Please watch my other videos. I have one on Mexico City. Like I said, it overviews every aspect that you might need to think about. Condesa, that's where I lived for a month to do all of this research. Roma Norte and Coyoacan. And if you watch all of them, you'll figure out which one is my top choice for retirement. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. See you next time.